This is Dawn Fraser from Living Your Best Life at 60, and this morning I'm going to be making pumpkin scones. We're going to need 2 cups of flour, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1 egg, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1½ teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, a third a cup plus 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of butter, a third a cup of pure maple syrup, 1 cup of powdered sugar, a half a cup of pure pumpkin, and a half a cup of brown sugar. So let's get started. We're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees and line our baking pan with parchment paper. We're going to set that aside. We're going to whisk together our 2 cups of flour, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1½ teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. I'm going to grate a half a cup of butter into my flour mixture. I'm going to cut my butter in with 2 butter knives. We're going to set our flour mixture aside and work on our wet ingredients. Now we're going to combine a third a cup of heavy cream, a teaspoon of vanilla, a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of our pumpkin, and 1 egg. We're going to stir these till they're completely combined. Now we're going to pour our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. We're going to mix these together till they're completely combined. We're going to use our hands to make sure everything is mixed together. I've heavily floured my parchment paper because this dough is really sticky. We're going to transfer it to our pan. We're going to use our hands to form our dough into an 8-inch circle. I've wet my hands because this dough is extremely sticky. As we're forming this into a circle, we want to keep in mind that we want to keep it even in thickness because we want it to cook evenly. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to cut this into 8 even slices. So we're going to go straight across and across again. And then we're going to cut these in half. We're going to brush on our heavy whipping cream. I'm going to sprinkle on some granulated sugar. This is optional. We're going to bake our pumpkin scones for 19 minutes at 400 degrees. I've taken our pumpkin scones out of the oven. They smell wonderful, kind of like pumpkin pie. We're going to let these cool for 15 minutes and then we're going to drizzle on our glaze. We're going to heat our 2 tablespoons of butter and our third a cup of maple syrup over low heat. We're going to whisk occasionally. Once the butter is melted, we're going to turn off our stovetop and whisk in our powdered sugar. That looks wonderful. We're going to set this aside and wait for our pumpkin scones to cool. These look fantastic even without the drizzle, but we're going to put the drizzle on. Smells so good. This is a wow. These look fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for cooking with me.